hear me? Streamlabs was having problems. Streamlabs was having problems. And Streamlabs has a new platform they're using. I don't know how to use it. I think they updated their platform. They use cable, interesting. Hello, can you hear me this time? Now we can hear you. Alright, so I was using Streamlabs. They updated the platform. I went to try to go live and it wasn't working. But today we talk fishing, trapping, hunting, nuisance wildlife, anything you want. Sportsman show coming up, for example, Corey up here. But we're going to be removing some of this stuff and putting chain on them. Some of these 220s. These are Belials, top of the line traps. These traps, I like the RBGs. I'm a fan of RBGs, but these work too. They are complete closure. When they shut, right? It's not shut. When they shut, there's no gap. So these are called Magnum jaws. So you don't want to get caught in these. I've got caught in 2 of them already, and they don't feel very good. So, yeah, this is other traps, some cheaper traps I'll show you. Hold on a sec. I'll show you what a Duke looks like. When a Duke, this is a Duke, but the spring eyes are over the jaws. This is shut more than usual, but there's usually a gap in there. See that gap? There's a bigger gap in that because the jaw's up over the side. But this is a cheap trap. There's a gap in there, so it's usually a little bigger than that. So animals, when they get caught, they slip right out if they get caught in the tail or something. These traps, when shut tight, have no gap. That gap, and you can actually tell this is caught some animals. So it is bent a little, but that will hold their tail even. So, or you look at one of these. It has even tighter gap. This is a newer trap. But that's the thing about Belials, the top line trap, but the jaws will start to go like this. From that to this, the more they hit on bone and stuff, spines. So that is a problem with them. So I like the RBGs, the round ones. Plus, when they fire around something, the second they fire the RBGs, they already start going and shutting. These ones only go from here to here, and that's it. The round ones, as soon as it starts firing, the jaws start closing because it's curved. So it already starts hitting outside, and then it starts firing. The second this moves from here out, it's already firing. And it continues to fire all the way up to here, down there. So a lot more power, a lot more speed. The RBGs, I like them a lot. See if I can get the comments to come up. Top chat, live chat. Yeah, there we go. We can hear you. So is it worth more to spend a little bit more money to get a trap? If you're hunting, hey, get out of there, dog. If you're trapping public property, I would say do never buy a Bridger body grip. The triggers will literally swing like this back and forth and before they fire. So don't ever buy a Bridger body grip. The hack to fixing the Bridger body grip is to get a Belial size trigger system and put it on there and it's fixed. But no, don't buy Bridger if you're going to be public land trapping. Buy Dukes. Dukes are better. If you're doing private land, because public land, it can get stolen if you're not careful. If you're not very careful. So I do a lot of private land trapping, so I buy the best thing to buy. So in my opinion, for running 3-4 dozen traps and slowly accumulating them, yeah, it's worth every single penny I spend on it. Now a Duke could be $20 for a big beaver trap, a 330. These ones could be up to 30 to 40. So it's 100% worth the quality, the quality in the riveting system on the jaws. If I move that, right there, it's worth it. There's not a lot of wiggle. The trap quality's good. The steel's good. The springs are good. The Belials have really good safeties on them. They when you open them, they stay open. They don't swing around and get caught on it when they fire. The Belials are good and the RBGs are good. I think it's 100% worth the money. But a lot of people can't afford that. So buy what you can afford, and we have Dukes. Like when we do public land trapping, we use the Dukes because they're just fine. And they work fine. Now, if you catch him by the tail, he's going to slip out of the Duke. And he's going to be smart. He's going to be like, I'm not going back over there because something just happened. Something that's not normal. So I think these are worth it, but you got to be careful with them. Because they are expensive, and it's a bigger chunk of funds when they get stolen. When it comes to like body grips. Never buy Bridger. I bought the Bridger. Animal went in it, lost them. Trap was pulled tight, he was gone. So I'll never buy another Bridger body grip. Bridger leg holds are good. Bridger dog proofs. All the other leg hold brands are good. Dog proofs are good. We want the top of the leg holds. Minnesota brand called MB, they call them. And then No BS is a good trap for leg holds and stuff. Coyotes, stuff like that. Fox. Yeah, so that's the way I would go. But obviously, you can buy Dukes too, but they need a lot of modifications. They need a lot of stuff. For me, these Belials are perfect. I would just add a little more cable on here. These cables, as you can tell, are starting to get worn out. They get kinked up. So I'm going to add some #2 American chain to them and some swivels. You probably saw it in one of my other videos. That's what I'm doing now. Because I already did it in my RBGs. I will grab an RBG to show you how I did it. If you didn't see my video, hang on a second. These ones, I did a longer video, or a longer chain for the otter stuff. So I want for them to get out of the way, stuff like that. But what I did is I did a loop of chain around the spring to a box swivel, they call these. Or I also use the crunch proof, they don't get crunched by coyotes, to 14 lengths of chain, to another box swivel, to about 10 lengths of chain. And then since I don't have a MB crunch proof, I just made a loop, and so I can put the stake through there, and that's what I run. What I'll do is put this in the trap and put it under the bucket or whatever, and that's fine. And always, even if it's a kill trap like this, stake it somewhere else and then put the stand. Never stake it with the stand. So I've had my stands, like 56 inch stands, almost knocked over and traps almost out of them. And I would have lost the stand and the animal if I just staked it with that. So never. I know people stake with stands. I would never do that. I've had bad experiences where I almost lost animals if I did not stake it. When I did stake it in, I saved the animal, saved the trap. And those bigger stands, they're normally 46, I bought 56. They're like $30 a stand. So they're worth a lot of money. So yes, they are worth, in my opinion, staking someone else. Even though it's not as fast, you're saving yourself an animal, you're saving yourself losing $30, you're saving yourself losing $30 stand, so you got a lot of money sitting there. So that's why trappers too get so mad when people take their stuff, because it's expensive. They put a lot of money, and it's illegal. If this is set somewhere, if someone touches this and you catch them touching it, you can call the law on them. It's illegal to touch somebody else's trap. Even if your animal's caught in it, it is illegal, right? But if your animal, someone makes a mistake and there's a stupid trapper and the animal gets caught, I'm fucking getting my animal out. Pardon the French, but I'm getting my animal out of there because my animals are worth too much to me. But you're not supposed to touch them. So as soon as like PETA picks them up and moves them, call the law if you got video of it. They will, it's illegal. Call the state police in Oregon. They will handle it. Now, you can handle it on your own, but if you get caught, you're going to be in trouble too. Depending on what you do. Yeah, that's all I did on that one. This is probably, let me measure it real quick. This is for like trails for raccoons and stuff. It's short, it can work for otter. But this is from the wrap around the cable, it is little less than 25 inches of chain and swivels. But I have 3 swivels on here, so yeah. But on my other otter traps, beaver traps, I'm putting these 3 swivels, and then instead of making a loop here, I'm going off it to another 4 feet to make about 6 feet of swiveling chain. That's what we're doing. First thing I gotta do with this is cut this rusted cable off. And the Bliles, if they're 220 or smaller, come swiveled already with a cable. These work fine. They work fine. But when I stake something like this, and when staking the ground, I can only get up that high to get the animal out, I like to have a little room to pull the trap up, not be hunched over, and work with it to get them out. Right? I like the mobility of working with them. Plus, at times, depending if you're in trails, when they get caught in it, they sway out of the way so the animals can get through and not get scared. There's a bunch of reasons for it. But I like to be able to mobility this. I've caught an animal before, I went to pull it up and I'm stuck like this. I'm hunched over, I'm that far off the ground with my hands and I can't move it because it's staked in. So out in that 6 feet, you can move it around, pull it up the bank, get it undone. That's a huge time saver and it saves your back. It's one of the reasons I do it. So let me get this huge bolt cutters. Cut this cable. If it will cut. Maybe. There we go. This is well-used bolt cutters. They are from my father's work. But now, the trigger is caught in there. I've set one of these with something looks like it all disappeared, but just one of the cables held the otter fine. I staked it real well with a 30-inch stake, didn't go anywhere. But now we're going to work on this. So, move this up here, like that. Put this here, grab the chain, grab the swivels, I have 50 feet of chain. I'm getting low on chain, but not too bad. I should be able to do these. Hey, get out of there! Get out of there. None of this is set in the garage, so we don't have to worry about the animals getting caught. But, then they can swivel. They come like this. The swivels. And then they come with the J-hooks. Now, they make a J-hook tool. But I personally don't have one. I haven't spent the money on it because I'm cheap like that, and I like a good deal. And when I found the chain, I found a good deal at Trap Shirt Supply. So I saved like $10, and that was just on shipping. I mean, of the chain and the shipping, the total I saved like $10 compared to other places. So shop around. So what I'm going to do is, this is here, Find the side I want to put the chain on. Looks like you all disappeared, but that is fine. Live chat. Yeah, down the road I might be thinking about getting into trapping. That's awesome. It's a fun, sport. If you do like leg holds and stuff, it's a lot of fun on drowners for beaver. When it's down, you feel for the trap, you're like this, and it doesn't snap on it, or you don't feel the edge of jaws, and it's gone. That's exciting because, like, okay, there's something in there, and I can't see it. Next, you're slowly pulling it up, and that's exciting because you don't know what's on the end of it. Otter, raccoon, beaver, muskrat, you don't know. Usually muskrat don't pull that far, but you never know what it is. That's fun. But the conibears, got to be careful with them, man. When you get caught, not fun. You can't always carry a rope and learn how to rope self-rescue, otherwise you can't get out. I go with people, so I don't do that. But if you're going by yourself, you will not be able to get out, and that's not good. Because you'll be wearing it to the hospital, and you'll be pretty much crying the whole way to the hospital because it hurts so bad. But it's powerful to subdue the animal, right? So it's not, a full 330 or 440 could probably break your arm, and I got a few 440s. They're powerful traps. Now, if I catch a muskrat in a 330 Belial, it clean snaps its spine. It will just boom, break whatever it's caught. So it's dead instantly. Like, it's not going anywhere. That's how powerful the 330s are, but they're a beaver trap. you're catching a 2-pound rat, it's 3-4 pound rat, it's puts the whack on them, man. I mean, their spines are only about that big. Let's see if I can get like that big. So yeah, it puts a hammer on them. But yeah, we had a rat in a Belial today. Now, what I do, some of you will probably wonder what I'm doing. I'm just putting the loop here, right? And I'm going to cut this off. And now I'm going to close the loop. I just got a loop around it where it's semi-tight to move a little. But I'm going to close it. All I got is these pliers. Not the best, but it works. So, and it is a pain sometimes because they're shifting on me. Things are tough. Ideally, and the pliers shifted, so it makes it even harder. They're locking up on me. Ideally, you would weld these shut. Oh shit! Locking on me, man. I'm sweating really bad because I have a lot of clothes on. Because I checked the traps today. My hand's cramping up. I'll show you. I'm trying to hurry and show you this, but it's not working as easily as I want. But I'll show you this in a second. There we go. It's still locked up. Now it's locked, right? Now I'm going to cut this link right here. The first link that's not connected. And I'm going to pick that up because I already lost the J-hook. Interesting. One of the guide services out here just went live. Going to cut this. And there's where it's sealed, we're connected. You try to cut it. I'm going to try to on that. Oh. And I watched, that's the other thing I was doing before I went live. There's this Grand Theft Auto, it's a video game. And I watch it sometimes because it's like voice acting and I like it better than television. My hand's cramped. There, I just broke the seal link on the chain. Cutting right where it's welded together to the chain. Oh no, dangerous trap, sorry, because my dad told me a little about trapping when I was a kid, yeah. I don't have any vice grips. I wish I did. The only thing I have is this cheap little shifting pliers, and when I go like this, it locks up on me. So it makes it that much harder. Thought I had another pair of pliers. I do somewhere actually. But I'd have to stop the video and start looking, and it becomes a pain. See if I can. Corey, you know Peel, the Real Guide Service, right? They're at like the Washington Sportsman Show, and this went live. Probably catching, or they're at the Addicted Bash, whatever that thing is. There. Come on. So irritating, man. There we go. Finally. Okay. Problem is, I could easily break this, but what is happening is since I do a lot of landscape and outdoor work, when I squeeze, I can't squeeze very tight because my hand cramps up in here, and I can't squeeze very good, so it's hard for me to sit there and grab it and bend it because then I'm hurting my hand. So it becomes kind of a bit of a problem. Someone keeps blowing me up on my outdoor page, the Anthony Riff Fishing Facebook page, which is, what's it called? It is my main social media outdoor personal account on Facebook. I'll show you. It's going to start the next thing. But there it is. See the link there? It just connects so it kind of goes around. I do that, but they also make a metal ring that I don't use. Well, I use, but I don't have any, I guess. But yeah, that's that. To get the chain over here. This is number 2 American chain you get at Trapper Supply. This is like the ultimate setup. Wire works good, but I like the best bet is cable and chain. Wire, it can get kinked and break. A lot of trappers use wire. Yeah, pop-off on Peel the Reel Guide Service. Did you ask who? Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you know. All right, I read that wrong. Sorry. Yeah, for a long time I went for 2 trips or 3 trips. I went with them, and for a long time I promoted him. And then he went to Addicted, and he just kind of moved on. But when he first came back from Alaska, right? I messaged him. I actually advertised my outdoor page on his account. I was just advertising around, like getting people to look at it. And when it's starting to grow, I have like 24,000 people on there now. But he said, hey, yeah, I'll take you down the river. Let's get a deal going with the group. So he's trying to promote, right? So it took me 2 times for free. He said, claims his insurance changed, so I can't do it anymore. But, yeah, he used to take me for free, and he used to advertise the heck out of him. One of the first people to really post them everywhere in all the groups. It's so much so that it ended up getting annoying for some of the admins. But then he moved to Addicted, and he just kind of lost contact with me. He doesn't even, I text him, he doesn't text me back, none of that stuff. So, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, he kind of forgets about the people that helped him. But one of the things on his Facebook page, all it said was Peel the Reel, right? And one day he came and picked me up to go fishing. I was like, you just put guide service at the end of it so that people know what you are. And, yeah, he did, and then that's how that kind of changed. But Peel the Reel, like, yeah, cool, your reel peels. Like, peel what reel? Like, it didn't tell you what it was. That's one of the first steps when he first made his page on Facebook. This was 2016, 2017, I think. Fishing was dynamite then. Ugh. Man, this sweatshirt's warm. The heck? I just maybe I got. Every time I have to click this because this is a different platform. It's weird. It doesn't just show all the comments; they disappear. This stupid thing. There we go. That's shut anyways. Yeah, then I just shut that on there. Right? I don't know if you saw that. Swivel. It swivels there. And why do you need swivels on kill traps? People say, well, they should be dead, right? In theory, if you get the perfect catch. But I had an otter this year. Water is flying through there. We got a lot of rain. They're flying through there. The current was ripping. Otters swim really fast. He got caught in like the groin area, and then last part of the trap was on the tail. He was sleeping on the bank when I showed up, and he was hissing and pissed when I woke him up. Animals don't always get caught perfect every time. Even though these are kill traps, and you try to get them around the head and stuff, doesn't always happen. So you got to be prepared for a live animal. So an otter are mean, very freaking mean, very mean. They're one of the meanest critters. And the thing about otter, a lot of fishermen brush, oh, why are you killing otter? They don't do anything. Well, the problem is if you let otter on your property, and hey, get out of there, and you have a pond, 3 or 4 ponds stocked full of fish, within a week or maybe 3 days, every one of those ponds would be empty. All the fish would be eaten, gone. They would clean that pond out till there's no fish left. So when people talk about sea lions and stuff like that, when you talk about upriver, people cry about them going in the river. Yeah, that's bad. But the things that are living in the river, like the otters, not the sea otters, the river otters, are killing so many fish. It's not even looked at, man. And I'm like, do you guys not realize, as a trapper, I see this stuff. I see piles of fish scales this big, like 7 inches across, like this, in here. And they're just a pile of scales that my dad's work when we catch them in there and we end up trying to get them out. A pile of scales, and there's like 8 piles of scales. Just nothing else. Like someone shaved the scales off, took all the flesh off, and just left the scale alone. Piles of scales. Piles of scales. And fishermen people out here don't even realize that about the rivers, how many fish they're sitting there eating. And a lot of times when they kill a predator, they'll kill a predator and then dip. They'll kill like a chicken, eat the head and leave. The fish, they eat the whole thing. Something that's never talked about, though, and it drives me nuts. Get this. Come here. Have you ever thought of using a chain shackle to connect the trap? Just a little bit of information and a good idea. So you mean like a chain shackle like, what is it? I should have one here. chain shackle. I don't know what you mean by chain shackle, but what I usually use, it's actually on this one, but there's this metal ring that has a loop right there. You see the loop? And there's looped across, then I put the swivel through that. And these are crunch proof. These are a lot bigger swivels than the, and the crunch proof, they're a lot thicker. But I don't want to pay that extra money for them and get like 4 or 5 dozen. But yeah, that's the ring that I usually use. But I didn't. Pretty sure. I don't think I crimped these. But these are my crunch proof swivels. That's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't make this, but I set it up the way I make it. So I wonder if this was set up a few years ago by my father, and he set it up in a way that has different features. Appreciate the 4th viewer here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. We're just talking trapping. And added some swivels. Where did that trap go that I was doing? What was I doing? Alright. We're done with that trap. We're talking about stuff. That's right. We're talking. So, done with one. That's 3 swivels on there. Good. Here's another one I painted up. Okay, hold on, guys. The phone's getting caught. Bear with me. Don't leave. It's going to get better. I just had to set that stuff there because it's running out of space. Hello. So see, this is what I normally do with the 220s. They come with cable and then I just add a 6-foot extension to it. That's really light and it's packable, right? And it's a snare extension and it has a swivel on the end, right? And then this already has a swivel where I attach it there. It just has a loop. So this one doesn't swivel because of the way I have it. But this one does. And otters are notorious for sitting there taking 10 feet of chain, spinning and swiveling up to a foot, or 10 feet of cable and swiveling it and spinning so hard that it ends up in a 1-foot section. 10 feet of chain into 1-foot section. That's why you add swivels to conibears. Because their otters will spin. And they will kink stuff up if you're not careful. So another reason I'm adding chain is swivel better with chain when they have a stiff section instead of a flimsy section like this. If that makes any sense. Flimsy section. And I use 1/8 inch cable. And that's kind of good because beavers and some animals will chew through this stuff if you're not careful. So they will literally chew on it until their teeth are gone. Believe it or not. Until they're down to nubs. So they will, eventually some animals will chew through this stuff. I'll save that for later. I don't know if you guys see the drift boat back there. That's back there. I haven't used it in a while. But now, no, instead of sitting here taking the swivel off, it's going to cut it. That was the Honda mower. Let me cut this real quick. I can't get it in camera because it's so low, but it's getting cut. It was cut, I think. Okay, it wasn't cut. And this is what I don't like. It is cutting, but it's not cutting very well. This is how it becomes sticky and pokey, and it ended up getting the pokies on you. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to grab a pair of cutters. This is usually hard to cut ones, but better than nothing for here. Heavy duty cutters. Or, yeah, I've got to cut it. I don't want to cut myself with that. Okay, let's try cutting it over here. Okay, I'm going to be right back because I got to get good cutters. Give me a second, guys. Run it in the house real quick. Now that's what I'm talking about, guys. I got the Snap-on cutters. The good quality stuff. The good side cutters. Snap-on. That, my friend, will cut that. Just like that. It's cut. Like that, it's cut off. So, I thought these were wire rings like the other one, but there's actually cable rings. So, we're cutting cable. So I got to get the cable cutters. The dikes. The Snap-on 388 ACF. The good cutters. So now we're going to do the same thing. Did anybody have any questions? Let me check. Oops, I don't know why that does that. Hello, PC Outdoors. How are you? Catching any animals lately? What do you mean by chain shackle, Corey? Chain shackle. You mean like the wide rings? Kind of like the ankle shackles? That's the other thing I showed you is the closest that we have that I can use. That like actually cutting something, getting a welder in here, welding it up. So it kind of becomes a pain, but all right, let's do this one. This one's spray painted a lime green, a tan, a black. Just to break up the outline. What I did learn after spray painting these though, which is good to know, animals see in black and gray. Black and white, in other words. And black is like a neon beacon to them. So they see black stuff. You put something black out, you paint your stripe black, oh, it can't be seen. That's like turn on a neon light for a human. But that's an animal. Like, turns on neon light. So I was spray painted mud colored. And even with the live trapping videos they're doing in Louisiana right now, Jeff Dunlap, a friend of mine, he coats the bar with mud. And it makes a difference. Because I think they see that and they smell it. I think it makes a difference. I'm gonna. Is this one? Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. So I'm an idiot. I was working on this one, right? I set it down. This is the one we're working on. So yeah. So let's continue this. So I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 15. What am I doing? There are a few travels back in Wisconsin. They use 1/4 inch cable, about 2 feet of 1/4 inch. Chain is. Come on. 1/4 inch chain, and the swivel is 2 foot of the chain on the reef trap. Yeah, see, that's what I was going to do. I was going to add, 2 feet, 3 swivels, and then put a swivel off the cable to save weight. But I was like, we'll try chain. If I don't like chain, I'll cut it and put cable in to save weight. But we do carry them in, so it does affect things. Cut this. Does affect things, but when you got 3 people carrying stuff in, it does not make a difference. If that makes sense. So when I cut this, I try to cut it right on the notch where they welded it. I did on this one. Cutting this real quick for people tuning in. Cutting some chain. So I'll cut the chain. Cut the link. Thought I cut on the knob, but these pliers suck, man. Switching the big old pliers. God, I'm sweating so bad. I shouldn't have put Under Armour on, man. Dang, gosh, and you just never say man. Then I watch this guy play a video game, and now I started saying it because I watch it so much. drives me nuts. Ow, my hand's cramping. We're going to go back to working on this one, right? Because that's what we were working on. There you go. That's where we're at so far. And that is... That didn't work. Ten inches of chain off the swivel. 10 inches off the swivel. Gosh, my hand hurts. I'm going to grab another swivel. Chain shackle is a shackle is a spicer to connect two different types of chain. Oh, so you mean like one of those lap links that kind of like curve around and lay on top of each other and you splice it and weld it? They call them lap links on the trapping side, I think. I have not used those. But I don't trust them either. Because if a coyote could take this and crush it where it's inoperable, I don't want to mess with it too much. I don't want to mess with the integrity of the chain. And I don't have a welder, so I can't weld it. Otherwise, I would do that. If that makes sense. That's how it goes on. I'll show you this. Right? You have a swivel. Look it in that way. I'm sure you see this while I'm looking at the thing. Pull it out. That's how the first one goes on. Connect it. You shut it. Try not to mess up your corners. Right? And then it's shut. That's swiveling. Take it, J-hook. I like the heavy duty J-hooks. But if you buy the swivels, they come with them, so you don't have to worry about it. Well, I think they call them like mighty hooks or something like that. I think that might be an S-hook. But I'm a dumbass. Put it on the wrong swivel. But take it, again, show you here. Make a loop. Slide it through. Pull it out. It's there. And take the next section of the chain. Just obviously put a hook in a chain. It's pretty simple. You just take it, right? For people that don't know, and put through the hole and close it. And a lot of people, when you close them, they tack weld right there. I'm not dealing with animals that are going to rip on stuff too much. They're just going to spin. So I need the swiveling aspect versus the full strength of it. If I need the full strength, I would tack weld every one of these notches. So then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14. Leave it alone, dog. Cut the 15th link. I don't know how many of these more trap videos I'm going to be uploading because it's kind of dying down. If I catch something, I'm going to film it, put it out there for you. But it's really slowing down. We really clean that place out good to help the farmer. But next year, we don't know. There could be 50 more animals in there. So, and we also don't have all the muskrat and nutria traps out where last year we did, so we caught a lot more. But we only have beaver traps out and in deep in the water. So it's different sets this year than the new stuff that caught all the other stuff. There we go. That worked fantastic. Because I just cut the link and it popped open. I'll show you what I mean. Let's cut that. Popped open for me. So now, take this. Bend it. Broke it off. There we go. Peace. And what do we add here? This is a 220. So I am missing thingamabobbers. So there has to be more of these somewhere. It's on the ground. Oh yeah. I have to. There they are. Got the J hooks. And take the pliers. Stick it in. Rip it out. The J hooks just come in a package like that. So do the swivel bodies. So there's that. And rip that out. Make sure that goes through. Dump those out. Only got 3 dozen of these, and I'm running out of chains, so because I was expecting a lot longer chain, I was going to do it a long ways, but I remember that I use these on trail, so I don't need all that extra gonad, whatever you have to call it. There's that. Swivel undid swivels on the thing. And the J-hooks just have a nub on them like that. And that's how they swivel. That's what they swivel on. That 2 swivels. Hook that on there. Ooh, that one shut easier, man. I think I had it locked in there better. That one's perfect. So then, take the other nub. This is how I do this one, right? This is how I make the loop. Take the end. And I just go like this. That's tight, right? So I just do 1, 2, 3, 4 links over. That gives enough space to put a 3/8 inch rod through. And I could test that if I want over there down the rods, but that's what it does. Give enough space to test, put it through. And that's what I use, 3/8 inch, 30-inch rods. And they're just 3-ball rods. And this video will be ending soon because I got to use the restroom. But let me try to shut this first and show you what I mean. But if I don't lock the pliers up like I just did. Gosh dang, this obviously the very last one's the biggest pain, right? Jesus Christ, I swear to God. As I need to pee, it's sitting here causing problems. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta go use the restroom. I'll be right back. I can't wait. Hey, girl. I'm back. I'm back. Hey, guys. Working on some traps here. So. Maybe this won't be the last trap now that I actually went to the bathroom. Stupid pliers, man. See, what happens is they lock up like that. The problem is right now, fitting this noses plier in here is not easy, right? So it becomes part of a problem. Oh. There we go. as it's locked up. Because what I'm doing is, this thing is on swivel, and I'm bending it pretty much, so over time it's going to break. But, yeah, since this, it doesn't look like room, but when I pull it to the side and I bend it, there's enough room there to fit a swivel through, stake through, and I'll grab a stake to show you. This is a 30-inch, 3/8" rebar rod. And I use the T-stakes. If I grab this and bend it to the side, right, it fits through there. It just takes a little bit of work, but it fits through there and it's not going to come off. So that's what I do. So I set up for now, until I get some of the wider body swivels, and just put them on the end. But that works for now. There's another one. I have one more to do, but I have another one to do. I have 2 to do. I'll do them tomorrow. So pop up live tomorrow, most likely. During the day, I have a day off, nothing to do. Work's been hectic lately. A lot of 10-hour, 11-hour shifts from sun up to sundown, pretty much dark to dark, and I haven't been able to do a lot of stuff. But luckily, my brother has a license, and we both have our tags on these, so we can both check them, if that makes sense. Because we both own these traps, if that makes sense. And so he checks them when I'm at work, and I check them when I'm off work, if that makes sense, when he's busy. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Gonna upload, or it's gonna be a live. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everybody that likes this, watches this, interacts with me. Tell me what I can do better. If you think you have a suggestion, or you know something that would work better, or you have a suggestion for me, I'm all ears. I'm trying to learn. If I can learn off you, and you can learn off me, the world's a better place, right? Thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all. See ya.